Luciano Zaccara is an associate professor at the Gulf Studies Center at Qatar University and joins us live from Doha. Luciano, thank you very much for your time. Now, we're seeing repeated retaliatory strikes here. How long will this conflict likely continue, in your opinion, and what will it take for a de-escalation?
Well, de-escalation at this point, I see it very difficult to believe it's going to happen. Even though there are some calls for refrain coming from the international community, the so-called international community, nobody's seriously expecting or pushing for this de-escalation to happen. And we know since the very beginning that if this had place at the first time, it's because Trump allowed Netanyahu to do it. We know that Netanyahu wanted to bomb Iran since a long time ago, and he did not do it because Biden administration and Trump administration were asking him not to do it. Now Israel is doing what they wanted to do with the expected retaliation coming from Iran. Nobody is asking Israel to refrain because mainly United States and some countries, European countries or Western countries, that they were criticizing Netanyahu last week because of what was going on in Gaza, now suddenly changed their perception or their approach, and they consider that this attack, this preventive attack is in self-defense and legitimate self-defense on the Israeli case. So nobody's going to ask Israel to stop. Nobody's going to ask Israel to not to destroy what they consider they had to destroy, even though there was conversation or dialogue on a second nuclear deal ongoing with the United States. On the other hand,
Luciana,
either though, yes.
Apologies, carry on.
No, I mean, I was saying that on the other hand, even though China and Russia can be against what is going on, and they heavily criticize Israel for starting that, they are not going to ask Iran to refrain from retaliating if they consider that they are in their right to do so.
Luciano, in your opinion, how much hinges on what Trump does next? What would be the tipping point for the US to get involved in this conflict, and how likely is that?
Well, I mean, Trump, since the very beginning, he said that he didn't want to be involved or he didn't want the United States to engage in any other war in the Middle East. He wanted to take out the United States from the war. Actually, part of his party, part of the MAGA movement is totally against what is going on, is even blaming Trump for allowing this to happen because they consider that this war does not belong to the US. So most probably Trump is trying to find a way to pressure indirectly Iran to sign something that they know that they will not be able to sign, but allowing Israel to do the dirty job at the end of the day. The problem is Trump is again making a mistake about how to deal with Iran, using a stick very heavy and very big and very small carrot. And we know, we have seen how the people in Iran is reacting, that instead of asking their government to stop, they are asking their government to retaliate. And if before not, at least not the majority of the Iranian population was against Israel, now, of course, they are. I mean, they are united against an enemy that they have been attacking without proper justification in the last few days. We have to remember that Iran suffered from the Iran-Iraq war, 8 years of bombing that were started by Saddam Hussein, and it's still fresh in the memories of all the Iranians for generations that they suffer this kind of attack. So this is something that they will not forgive. Trump is unpredictable, even in this case. He sat to have conversations directly with Hamas, with the Houthis, with Iran. In less than 2 months, he contacted all the actors I mentioned before. Now suddenly he changed his mind and he allowed this attack to happen. What he's going to do tomorrow, very difficult, honestly, to predict.
Luciana, will the regime in Iran, in your opinion, survive this, or will we be seeing a regime change here?
We have been listening about the regime change since 1980, since the Iran-Iraq war started, because this is one of the aims that of Saddam Hussein, that while still the Islamic Republic was not consolidated, they expected the new republic to fall. This did not happen. It did not happen when Saddam Hussein was overthrown in 2002. It did not happen when the peak of the sanctions was implemented by Trump. It did not happen many other times. I don't see how this, that is actually reuniting people behind the government, even though many Iranians are not in agreement with this government, that they don't like 100% Khamenei or whatever, this is part of the national Iranian identity and the Iranian pride, being attacked by another country, being attacked on their legitimate nuclear program that they consider that is peaceful and they have no military intentions, without justification, will not make the population to side against the government. It's actually doing the opposite, even though the opposition abroad is expecting or even pushing for this regime change to happen. It's not going to happen because of this.
Luciano, really appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Luciano Zaccara speaking to us live there from Doha.
Thank you very much.